Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toadily VR podcast. It's great to have you all here. I am Controser. I will be your host, along with my two co hosts. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, it's me, Flat.
Um, I'm, I'm, I got a mouthful of chips. I'm Zycu. Hello.
Dang, we said you were ready and eating chips already. I see how it
I
is.
was. I didn't know you're gonna go straight into it
I
like
mean, it's just
They
that.
how we
better be
Well
do.
done.
That's
Doritos,
just how we
partner.
do. All
They
right.
better be
But
Doritos.
good evening.
Yeah, and if you want to hang out with
If you're
someone who eats
curious,
chips when he's supposed to be ready, and the rest of us.
Yeah, tell us, IQ, what chips are they? What chips are you chewing after you said we're ready?
they're Lay's Southern barbecue heat.
Okay, those
okay,
are
all
not
right.
bad.
We're,
I'll
we're
I'll let it
given.
pass once. Do it
Anyways,
again, I
That's
dare
right.
you.
Sit down.
But yeah, we'd like to invite you to come join us and hang out, both for the podcast itself as well for hanging out with us in VR, because we love VR. So if you want to join our VR community, that is TVR.2006 in VRChat. You can also just look up Totally VR. And if you'd like to come join us in Discord so that you can hang out with us in the Discords as well as join us on our podcast, you can do so at discord.gg/TVR.
woohoo.
Yeah,
The
the
Palooga.
Applause.
plug. Now, there was a huge topic going around right now. I'm sure both of you are well aware that AI is becoming very mainstream,
Oh,
especially
yeah,
with the
it's
big techs.
been becoming mainstream.
The clankers are becoming mainstream.
The
Oh no, they're after us
clankers are
now.
taking over. Yeah, AI is being used in like more and more things, and it's because AI is getting to a point to where it can actually do pretty much whatever you want very efficiently.
You
There
say
are some
efficiently, but
things,
you see how much
yeah,
power
there
those
are
things take.
some. There are a lot of instances where you can pretty much Google help. I'm a baby elephant. How do I get back to my mama? And it will say some funny things to you, but most of the time, any sort of questions you have or things like that, it will efficiently answer due to the sheer amount of training technology and abundance of data they have. Your data, which is most of.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. We had that conversation. I think believe it was the last podcast as well
Oh yeah.
with the data stealing. But AI though has become so mainstream that big companies have to use it for investors to be like, yes, we want to invest in your companies. Like this is a huge problem that's coming up, and not only with VR, which we'll get to in a moment, but another big AI use that I want to talk about, which has been afflicting me, is Windows, the operating
Oh,
system.
are you talking about the 30% all of their code? Like 30% of their code is now just written by AI?
There is that, and also their brand new Copilot that they have integrated. If you didn't know, there's a video that they released on Twitter where they announced the brand new Windows machine, and the whole topic was, you remember your keyboards and your mice? You won't need those anymore. Now you can just talk to your PC.
But I like those two things.
Yeah.
I use those a lot.
Who needs a keyboard and mouse
How else am I
anymore?
supposed to be a keyboard warrior?
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
You can't be a keyboard warrior. Now you're just an AI talk to warrior.
Alexa, please call that other Twitter user a slur.
Yeah.
Jarvis? Jarvis? Wait, we're turning into Jarvis.
Oh no.
Microsoft has unlocked Jarvis.
But that's basically what they're trying to emulate is the way Iron Man's suit talked to him. Because now, and this is the big problem. Like before, we had mentioned recall and how recall is constantly taking screenshots of your screen, and you basically are seeing all this stuff, and it's like, oh no, well now I've got a record of everything I've done on my PC saved on my PC that anyone who hacks into it can access, right?
Recall, what's that? Wait, did we talk about recall?
Did
What's
we?
that?
I know I've talked about it a lot, so maybe I talked about it off the podcast.
It's something that takes a picture of your screen and
Yeah,
then
Oh man, he doesn't know.
yeah,
it's a
please educate me. I have
So,
no idea what you're talking about.
Recall was a feature that Windows added to their preview versions of Windows that basically took screenshots of your screen every few seconds. every few seconds. It would take a screenshot and put it into a folder in the backlog of your PC. It was always the same spot too. So everywhere, any computer you went to that had recall enabled, you could go to a very specific folder on and see screenshots of everything that person's done, including their bank statements, including
What?
including
Wait. Why did they think that was a good idea? Is there like no like saved? Can you not turn that off or anything?
Well, that's a great point. And yet they didn't think about that. And then there was a huge backlash. And then after the backlash, they're like, "Oh, well, it's opt-in now, but also it's encrypted. We promise."
It's encrypted. We promise. It's encrypted.
And
we
they're
So
like,
promise.
the whole premise for recall was to basically give you guys a way to quickly find and jump back to something you may have lost or forgotten about, or maybe don't remember all the details of file
yeah, you
wise
could
or
be
image
like,
wise.
"Hey, Copilot, where did I save that photo of my dog when we were out in the park?" And it would go through every screenshot of your PC that it saved, and then go, "Oh, here's where it was at," and then take you to the folder. That was the
I don't know.
idea.
It's useful, but it's
It's
not
a useful
smart.
idea, but it's very dangerous.
Yes.
So was this like folder just like someone you can like go look
Yeah,
inside
you
and just
absolutely
look at all
could.
the? I wonder how many pictures it would take then. Was it? Do you think it's like
Every
hundreds
couple
per
seconds,
day?
yeah. And then I'm sure it had like
Every couple seconds.
every couple seconds, yeah, it would take a screenshot. It was a lower resolution than like your full screen, so it didn't like delete your entire
Okay, so
storage space, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like every couple seconds, depending on how.
it did keep screenshots of everything you did. And that was a big concern for a lot of people, and a big reason people were pushed away from Microsoft and started switching to Linux or thinking about switching to Linux. Then Microsoft said, "Okay, that feature, that was a bad idea. We're sorry. It's still there. You can still use it if you opt in. But now we invented a computer you can talk to that now looks at your
Dang.
screen live at all times, so that when you say, 'Hey Copilot, what am I looking at?' it can see your screen and tell you exactly what it is, and it's connected to the cloud. It's even better."
They can't keep getting away with it. They can't keep getting away with it.
So now
They
it's not
just found
local
another
storage.
way to take more photos of your screen.
Yeah, and this time it's set to the cloud, not to your PC, so it's going
Oh,
straight up.
thank goodness. Yeah, straight into Mr. Bill Gates's private folder.
Yeah. So that was a
So
huge
when can
concern.
I start using SteamOS as a primary operating system?
That's what I'm
Honestly,
saying.
that
I
we
wish
talked
they would
about. We
release
talked
it
about
already.
SteamOS, and that's
They really need to release that.
still in big question, but apparently this new feature, they didn't just make it for any like specific PCs like Recall was. This feature is built for all Windows 11 PCs.
Hmm.
And it's included in their 25H2 update. So I highly suggest, if you have any privacy concerns, look into ways to completely delete that off your system, or don't update 25H2.
This is why I just like really rarely update or accept the updates or like just overall remove like the Windows updater
Yeah.
altogether. Because I'm just so worried about it just like downloading something and just like ruining something. And so I have to like browse for a fix. And I know dang well I can't just say, "Hey Copilot, what the frick did you just fix?"
I mean, on top of that, because, like you mentioned, they're using AI for everything now, they're also using it to code their own operating system. And that has led to a ton of beautiful bugs.
The SSD bug that like did it like wipe the whole SSD?
It completely
Was
like
that
soft locked your hard drive, yeah.
It's insane. How can they do this without testing it?
There was that. I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to completely knock missing major failures, because sometimes as someone who did software development for a very short period of time, finding bugs is not easy, and then being able to patch them out before you get them out is also not easy, because there's so many people with so many different types of hardware configurations, you can't test for all of it. So
Hotfixes are the worst.
yeah. Now when it affects
That's
everybody,
true.
that's when you know you have a big problem.
The issue is that Microsoft's Windows products are a global thing. You know, I'm sure like over a billion people use Microsoft Windows, so
Yeah.
it's going to affect a huge amount of people. And Microsoft is a big enough company to where they can put in the funding to sort of, look at more than just a few, possibilities
Yeah.
that would bug out and, wipe someone's data.
As long as they didn't lay
Like,
off 14,000 people or more.
well, yeah, I'm sure Microsoft isn't a company known for laying off,
Thousands of
maybe
employees
possibly,
and
thousands of people, right?
yeah, I mean that's the other concern. One of the funny bugs that happened that shouldn't have is Task Manager. If you ever open Task Manager on the new update and you try to close it, it just opens it again.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Just clones the process and reopens it. So very nice.
700
Cut off one
million
head.
users on Windows 11.
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm one of them.
I am also one of them.
Unfortunately,
I wish I could
too.
go back to Windows 10, but there is no more Windows 10 updates,
Yeah,
unfortunately, and
they shut that down because they
I'm
want
not in
everyone to
Europe,
move.
so. Yep.
You can still get Windows updates if you pay extra,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
but
That's
it
really
goes
unfair.
exponentially up in price after every year. So
Mhm.
Or you can switch to Ubuntu completely free.
true. You can do Linux.
Every single year, I contemplate switching off of Windows. I just need one more thing to anger me, and I promise I will leave for Linux.
You're gonna become a Linux nerd.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly, I'd have to.
I'm kind of already there with doing a lot of self-hosting, so I kind of am there. But I can't believe, and this AI stuff. There's gonna be a lot more like coming too. This like just 30%. That is a small amount. I think they're going to do even more.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Uh,
As an IT manager myself, who has worked in multiple companies and multiple divisions and things like that, I have worked with all the operating systems, including Linux. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. But the problem that I'm going to run into, and which is why I haven't switched yet, is a lot of the major applications that I currently use are Windows only based.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
and running a
Yeah.
virtual
security.
machine in Linux isn't
Yeah.
exactly easy either.
No, I mean there is like Wine if you want to do Windows emulation and stuff, but it's just not as efficient as running an app built for it. Now I could transfer some of those over. My remote access software that I use only runs for Windows, which is a big problem, especially for the work that I do.
Yeah. Doing remote
My
access is
security
what-
system software is also Windows only based, which also becomes a problem. So, and then my art
Man.
programs that I use is Windows only. That one I could
Yeah,
adjust
a
if I
lot
got
of
a
what I
different
do
one, but
is also Windows.
Another major issue with that is a lot of the software that you use on Windows that does work on Linux might
yeah,
also be just several versions behind what the Windows version uses. So
that's true.
there's also some
There's just a
you have to worry
larger
about
user
the
base in
out of
Windows,
date
so they update
software.
for that first.
That's exactly why I think they're not going to slow down in like AI and stuff that, they know people don't want. They're going to just keep going. There is no other competition that is competently vast enough for Microsoft to really back down from doing a lot of their things. There's some small things like, bugs or, recall that they'll probably
Oh,
make small
they're
dents
gonna
in their
eat
thing
something
that they'll
from it.
change. Yeah, but things like AI, they're going to continue to use. They're going to continue to try and upgrade their Copilot. They're going to continue to do these things and use AI much more. And the thing about AI is it is not entirely foolproof. There are many cases where it will, mess
Hallucinate
up.
and yeah.
And if it has access to a lot of your things, when it messes up, it could be drastic. It could, ruin some things.
I had lost
If they keep
mine. Go ahead.
if they keep playing games, what's going to end up happening is people are going to leave in Exodus, and it's going to cause an impact to their IP in some shape or form.
I
And
really hope
if,
so.
if we're really lucky, maybe the government might do something like they did with Google, where they say, you guys got you're doing too much, and you need to like separate your departments in some way.
For sure.
Well, we'll see. I mean, with the way, not to jump into politics much, but with the way things are going, those big companies do have their money in the pockets of the people in charge. So
That's true.
it's
That's
a
true.
big challenge to find someone who will step in that position and not be willing to take money. Because I mean, even myself, I would love not to be in politics, but to help make changes. But if someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, here's
You want
$10
$1 billion?
million. This will change your
Yeah, it's
entire
very
life."
hard. Exactly. You have to be like, you have to have a absurd amount of resolve to
Self-control, yeah.
actually like, yeah, self-control to really like steer away from that. And with how sometimes, some politicians can be in and out,
Yeah.
like they might just want to get the money, secure their kids' future, secure their future.
Yeah, so I don't blame the direction we've headed. I just wish it was
Too
better.
much.
Yeah, too much, too much. But
Yeah, I still
I
blame 'em a little
always wish
bit.
it was just a little bit better, you know.
Yep.
Now talking about AI, it's actually being added to VR now with some of the new
Oh,
headsets that are
yes.
coming out. Zycu so kindly introduced us to a new headset that's going to be integrated with AI. You want to talk a little bit about that first?
So everyone knows what Samsung Galaxy is. It's a
Ugh.
amazing phone brand that I use a Galaxy Z Fold myself. Uh, very great phone, no complaints. But not getting into the phone arguments or discussions. Uh,
Phone discourse.
Samsung Galaxy has recently released a VR headset as of I believe last week or the week before. I don't have the exact date pinned, but it's about a week ago. This headset um, does ship with Gemini, which is Samsung Galaxy's flagship AI language model that they use. It's very similar to the Google AI and the what's the OpenAI's ChatGPT language
Yep.
model.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, the AI model itself is a little subpar compared to uh, Google's, but it's there.
It's there. It's definitely a thing. Now the big concern, like we had mentioned with Windows, looking at everything that you do now with Copilot, and they've been in talks about. I didn't forgot to mention this. They've been in talks about making it so that AI can assist you in games. So you can sit there and say, "Hey, AI, can you shoot that guy?" and it'll help like guide you to it.
uh, that's
Um,
okay. That's gonna be real tough because the thing about like the AI is it has to have a really good understanding of the game,
oh
and now
yeah,
that's gonna
they've been
work.
training it
That's gonna work.
on specific games for sure.
Yeah, it would. I feel like it would only work with mainstream titles though, in like reality, because
Yeah.
Especially VRChat. Just think about it, being in VRChat and then seeing somebody you like and be like, "Quick, Gemini, I need pickup lines."
oh no, it
Oh,
can do
that
that
could do
just
that,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But like, where's the
I
best
feel
place
like
I should be
most.
aiming for from this position? You know, that kind of stuff. And it's crazy to think that the technology is going that direction. But with the VR, they also mentioned that when I was watching that video you'd sent to us, which was their big talk about the release, they were like, "Hey, you can look at something with the headset and then ask it a question about what you're looking at, and it'll tell you." Which means it's always looking at what you're doing, just like Windows is trying to do. But now
Yeah.
strapped to your face and not just a screen with eye tracking.
Yeah, stuff like that kind of went into what we were talking about last time. Is these companies are trying to get our facial data as well as see where we are looking, just so they know where to place, their ads or where they need to strategically place things, as well as just getting general information about us. Um,
Yeah, I mean, there are benefits to that kind of data. I get it. Not ads. Ads are just money grabs. But I'm talking, like, say, for example, if you work in an industry that does accessibility and helping people who have wheelchair problems, and you see that a ton of people, when they walk up to a building, look at very specific areas of that building for like a way in or a buzzer. Those kinds of things can be very useful to use as an architect to go, okay, this is the area around a door that we should be putting the signs. This is an area that we should put the buttons for access or things like that. So I can get how some of that data can be beneficial. But the problem is a lot of people who get that kind of data do not use it for beneficial means other than their own benefit.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to make it much worse. I mean, just for accessibility, people who need accessibility like that. Like, these companies aren't thinking, how can I make this easier for my user? They're thinking, how can I profit off of my user?
Oh, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I think so. A lot of companies see AI as something that is useful for their users, and when you analyze it just on paper, it can be. There are a lot of good things that AI can do for people,
Yeah.
especially if you know how to use it. And so I understand the hype and the praise for it, and I could see how it would be useful in VR, especially if you're just using it for like pass through stuff, and if it works like OpenAI, where you're like, hey, what can I do with these ingredients on my countertop, and it gives you like 6 different
A bunch
recipes.
of recipes, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely a lot of uses that can be good for some people. Um, but ultimately, like, is it needed in VR? Probably not.
That's
Should it
exactly
be
my
in VR
thoughts.
for pioneering and kind of seeing what it could do for us down the road? Maybe. Maybe there might be something more practical that we want.
Yeah.
So
I'm so excited for the day and time, I say this sarcastically, where everywhere you turn, someone is wearing glasses and asking their glasses, what should I do with my life? It's no longer, let me think for myself. It's, hey, what should I eat? Hey, should I
Yeah,
wear that?
tell me what to
Would that look
do.
good on me?
It's great for directionless people.
I mean, it's slowly integrating, and I've seen it. One of the guys I work with uses AI so much. There was
Oh,
a
managers at jobs use it all the time.
oh, thankfully mine don't. But they do look at this guy and ask him questions, and then he goes to ChatGPT to ask it questions. So, but there was a
Yeah.
time, and I always find this really funny because it's a big show of what AI is right now. He messaged me and was like, "Hey, this piece of equipment needs to be updated. Can you come do this update?" And I was like, "Sure." So I scheduled into my work time to go over to the site to update this piece of equipment. Drove all the way down there. It was about 45 minutes out. Got to the site, got my equipment out, and was like, okay, where's the place to update it? Where's the plug? Where's the, where do I get the updates from? He's like, I don't know. It's like, what do you mean you don't know? He's like, no, no, no. It needs to get updated. I asked. It said it needed to be updated. I said, you asked, and
Who did he
he was
ask?
like, I was like, no, ChatGPT said it needs updates. I was like, okay, well let's look at the manual. So I pulled the manual. I'm flipping through the pages. Nothing. Not a single page talks about updates. He's like, no, no, no. It said it needed updates. Okay, I said, okay, fine. Here's what we'll do. We'll call the manufacturer of the piece of equipment, and we'll figure out how we update this. So I called the manufacturer. They said, oh, this doesn't have updates. It just works as the way
Yeah.
it comes out.
Yeah. So,
Bro,
so he
not.
called you out just to
He called
because
me out
ChatGPT
because
told him to.
ChatGPT said it needed to be updated, even though there was nothing in the documentation that he had right next to him and nothing from the manufacturer saying that it needed to be done. He trusted fully into the AI and had me waste over an hour and a half of my workday to go update
Ooh,
that piece of equipment.
that is frustrating. Yeah. This is why I say AI is easy to ask things, but it is usually way better to just figure it out yourself
Oh yeah.
because it can
so
poison your mind.
are you guys familiar with Cursor? I don't know if I said that right on YouTube. Cursor.
I'm
It's
not familiar. No.
basically so they're a YouTube channel that kind of goes over really educational topics, and they have this like really cute animations that go along with it. Usually ranging from things from space to just how society works to sometimes deep philosophical topics. And one of the things they recently covered is how AI is corrupting our society.
Oh.
And they talked about exactly what the AI problem is, and they broke it down in a way that makes so much sense. Uh, and just to kind of summarize, basically what the AI problem is that you have people who create content online or factual information and post this factual information on their own websites, but that information was created by AI. And so when you go on an AI service and you
Yeah.
search for information, it'll reference this information that was created by AI and tell you the information that it found. And then this happens over and over again, and it turns into like a really bad telephone game with inaccurate information. And then you have the internet just filled with all this AI slop that isn't factual or correct in any way, to the point to where when they were making a video about a certain type of star in the galaxy,
Oh.
that they found this really interesting information about how a certain star looks across its surface, but then they weren't able to like find the information anywhere, they weren't able to fact check it.
They couldn't
They
find
couldn't
the
find
source.
any
Yeah.
information on what was found on this website. But then they learned that the website was using a lot of AI to write their articles. But then they found throughout the internet other people that were using this one article that was created by AI. And so that's how like the AI misinformation disease spreads. And it's only going to get worse
Ah.
with time. If you
So
don't
maybe college was teaching me when they said cite your sources.
Yeah. Honestly, though.
exactly.
Um.
And
I.
if you're interested, I'll post that video in uh, Toadily VR's Discord, and that's discord.gg/TVR if anyone wants to
Hey,
catch
love,
that. It'll be
love.
in the media channel.
Let's go.
Yeah. I will say models that use deep research or using deep research with AI models, you will run into issues like that very often.
Yeah.
What regular AI LLMs do is they will use their training data that they have finished training on. So if a model was created in 2022, it has access to all the information that it was trained on from 2022 backwards. That same model, if you add deep research to it, it can connect to the internet and it can search for information. So it can then bring you, something from 2023, 2024.
Yeah.
And so a lot of newer models are actually being deep research compatible, which kind of exacerbates the issue.
Hmm. Yeah, I do remember that YouTube now that you mentioned it. Took a little bit for me to like catch on, but it was Kurzgesagt. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's a
Oh, is that
very
guy's name?
Yeah, good luck.
yeah, it's
good
a,
luck pronouncing
it's
it.
a very difficult to read name, but it's a very great channel. The animations are really cute, and they always use birds as like their main
Oh my
mascot.
god, birds. I love
Yeah,
birds. They're
I
loud
do
and
love
annoying.
them. So yeah, if you want to check that out, I'm sure Zycu's link in media is going to be very very fun.
Very
One other
insightful.
thing I do want to say though, I will say like they're actually I think OpenAI with their GPT um models and Google with their Gemini models are pretty like badly trained. I will say there is one AI company that's pretty popular. I use a lot of their models.
Hmm.
It's Claude by Anthropic. They train their models very morally well. So like they will, have access to the training data. They'll have bought it or something, stuff like that. They also work really well on safety features on their models. So
Interesting.
they recently released their Sonnet 4.5 model, which it's extremely smart. I'd say it is smarter than GPT, and I'd say it's GPT, their new 5 one that isn't really super new anymore. And Gemini is 2.5 Pro, which that's model's pretty old as is, which I think that's also the model they're actually going to be using in the Galaxy XR
Oh yeah,
that they're
the
making.
Samsung headset.
Yeah, but a lot of Claude's models are very, very well done. They are made with safety features at the very top, so it will never say the fastest way to get to God is to, put a knife to your throat. You know what?
Yeah.
They also have. They are very expensive though. Sonnet 4.5 right now is, I think, like $15 per million input, and then their Opus model, which is their flagship one, which is the best one, is even more expensive than that. But they're a company that does safety and just pretty well stuff in AI
Hmm.
in general.
I
So
wasn't
I will say
familiar
they're
with them, so
good
that's good to
AI
know.
companies. Yeah, if you're not aware of Anthropic's models, they are a really good company. Really concerned with more morality in AI.
Okay.
But Galaxy VR, just kind of steering it back to the
Yeah.
headset that came out. Um,
Not.
this is Samsung's first standalone VR headset release, and now that it's launched with the Android XR operating system, you can get this headset for holy shoot.
Oh yeah, you
Oh
you
yeah,
finally
this is the
saw the
2K,
first
price.
time you
You
saw the
finally saw the
price.
price, huh?
$2,048 with the controllers, $1,799 with just the headset. I don't know why in the world you'd get it without the controllers, but I guess
Because
they
you
have
can
that
use your
option. It has
hands.
pancake Linux. It has pancake lenses. Its field of view is 109 degrees, which isn't that bad or far off from the index.
Yeah.
You have an IPD range of 54 to 70 millimeters,
Now, remind you, the
and
index is $500.
Yeah,
I
and
think
I think the big screen beyond is like 1,300 or so.
Yeah. To be fair, those
So
are
they
not
are.
standalones; those are PC.
That's true.
yeah, for a standalone headset running basically 4K eye resolution per eye, that's pretty impressive. And I understand the price point now because it's also OLED. So you get those deeper, darker blacks in dark rooms and dark areas. So 90 hertz refresh rate is also pretty good for a standalone. So very impressive spec sheet to say the least.
So
But that price point might be a
yeah,
deal breaker for a lot of people.
I
Extremely
can
high.
I can tell that it's trying to compete not with other VR and AR headsets, but with specifically Apple's. I think that's their
Apple has a
competition.
headset.
Yeah, they've got a headset. They've got the Apple
Since
Vision.
when?
It came out, I
Vision. What
think,
is
2 years
Apple?
ago or
That's
so.
AR though.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
so much VR.
well, this is XR. This is a mixture between AR and VR, and then Apple's is more AR than VR, but it still is a bit of both.
Wait, is the Apple Vision $3,500? I'm seeing
I
a
believe the
price.
price is pretty up there. Let me double check that.
I think it's
Goodness.
very niche though. It doesn't do anything that the totally VR community really gets wrapped up in. It's more of
Yeah,
a I want items in my real life space, but in a virtual space kind of headset.
yeah. The
So
Vision
like
Pro is
What's
you
that
put a
range?
TV
3,500.
on a
Like
blank wall.
1%? How is like the average person gonna afford this?
It's not meant for them. It's meant to
Yeah.
be the cutting edge because their idea is why buy a monitor now, and their monitors are like $1,000 each, and it's like
Yeah, plus that's not counting the the little stand, by the way.
yeah,
That'll
that's
be
not counting the
another
stand. That's another $100 something for the stand.
Yeah,
Um,
the stand is more.
but you've got that because like their monitor's like $2,000 something. Like why buy that when you can instead have this Apple Vision Pro that you can put on your face and then have any size screen that you want in any position that you want anywhere you want, and that's kind
Because
of
I don't want a big hot metal faceplate on my whole
yeah. But that's
time at
that's the
home.
direction that they're going with that one. And the only feature of the Apple Vision Pro that I thought was actually kind of really cool was the 3D video that you could take. So there's kind of like a camera. How you, with your phone, you can take a picture, and with your video camera, you can take a video. But instead, it uses all the cameras on the Vision Pro to take the video. So it gives you a full 3D depth to the video you watch when you play it back. And that was a cool feature. But
Yeah, they are pretty cool features.
the big thing that I saw, which I know this is more of a me thing, is if they showed it off like, oh, your kid's birthday. You can record videos of your kid's birthday, and it's like, oh yeah, let me just put on my giant VR AR headset for my kid's birthday so I can record a video, and then later put that headset back on just to remember the moment
Oh my
instead
god,
of
that's
just
so
being there.
funny. Imagine your freaking dad walking in on your freaking 10th birthday, and you're just sitting there like, with your cake, and your dad comes in with his freaking metal helmet.
Yeah,
Like,
but you
hey,
can still
Sonny,
see his eyes.
blow out the candles.
This is a feature you didn't know. The
Oh,
Vision
man.
has a screen on the front that actually, because it looks at your eyes with eye tracking cameras and stuff, right? So because of that, it projects your eyes to the front of the Vision Pro so that it looks like you're looking through it to people and they can see your eyes still.
Oh my god. I thought you were gonna say it's gonna look like one of those like monitors that have like pixels as like one color. Like how those face masks are, where like you put it on and it like shows like a 3 cat face on it.
Oh man,
So it would just have a like set of eyes.
I'll have to find a
Yeah,
picture
that
of it
sounds
and share it because
horrible.
it's pretty funny. It
It did
looks
I
bad.
do see another one here though, where like I think though you don't really need to like have the headset on though to actually do that, because you could do it with photos apparently as well. So like if you take a photo and maybe like upload it to it,
Yeah.
it'll like, but how is it going to kind of understand what's around you? Is it going to like use AI to kind of figure that out? Like, so if,
Uh,
if a photo is taking a picture of like, one part of your room, and you put on your headset, get into a 3D space in that picture,
That's a
like if
very
you
good
turn around.
question. Without actually using one, which I've thought about doing, they do demos where you can like try it out at the Apple stores. So I've thought about signing up for one of those just to experience what it's like. But if you look at either our TVRP channel chat or you guys look into our specific chat for the planning. I posted a picture of the way it was shown in the ad to show your eyes versus how it actually looks. It's pretty
Bro,
ridiculous.
that looks so funny, man. Dad put on his freaking high-tech goggles just to watch you at your birthday.
Um, but yeah, no, I think I was looking at some of the other features that the Galaxy XR does, which is cool. Um, like one of the features they do is whenever you're walking out in the streets, you can actually have Google Maps show up in front of you while you're walking around. But again, would
You're
you would
wearing
you
the
like to
freaking
have this
headset
giant thing
outside. Are
strapped
you
onto your
gonna
face just so you can see where to go, or would you rather look down at your phone that can fit in
me
your
walking
pocket?
outside with my $1,800,000 freaking glasses
And you better
to
hope
find out where
that
to
that trip
go?
that you're doing on Google Maps takes less than 2 hours, because
Oh, because yeah, it has a 2.5 hour
it has two and a
span.
half hour lifespan if you're watching videos, but if you're doing anything else on the headset, it's 2 hours.
Oh, I see.
Like generally, it's
Yeah,
just two
man, you
hours.
better not go on like a 2 hour walk, brother, because you're gonna be walking home with like a brick.
So this conversation reminds me of a TED talk that I watched recently. At least I think it was a TED talk. It might have just been like a little infomentary type deal. But essentially, they were talking about how cell phones have come a long way to have like the essentially the purpose that they hold in our lives today. And the
Mm-hmm.
only thing that's going to be capable of replacing the cell phone in what it does is going to be something that makes it easier than what it already is.
Yeah.
And I feel like and this is what they said as well, is that they feel like the eyewear is going to be the only way for this to take place. So if cell phones can be condensed into a pair of glasses, like a regular light pair of glasses and be affordable, we're going to be seeing a lot of people do exactly what they do with cell phones today, but with AR glasses.
Now I
Wait,
have
so
seen.
are you telling me that a couple of years down the line, I'm gonna look like an idiot for laughing at people wearing glasses that are
Yes.
looking like goggles? Oh no, brother.
No. That's the
Not
thing,
like
though.
goggles. They're talking like actual glasses, like the glasses
Think
that
about it,
you
Flat.
make.
Think about how
Oh,
clunky like cell phones used to be, and think about
yeah,
what
but
we
it's
have today. You
They're
understand?
even clunkier
just
So at some
thinking about
now.
point,
it though.
so
Like I know
no,
how
that's the
glasses are
thing.
made, and they're like really complicated. I don't think you can make this into just like a
No one
screen you
thought
can
we would
look
have
through
touch
as
screens.
well. Yeah,
No one
it,
thought we'd have like a super like less than a millimeter thick cell phone. You don't know what's possible. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
that's
very
you're
where
possible
that's
that
why they're
right.
aiming for it.
it's
I
very
mean, right
possible.
now the technology is not there to be able to do it, which is why things like the Apple VR or the Apple Vision Pro exists and the Samsung XR exists, and why they're so clunky looking, because that technology that they want to put in just can't be fit in such a small space yet. But
Well,
there
that's
is
not
things being
true
put
either.
into there.
There's already glasses that fit into like a Meta. What is it?
The
Meta's
Meta
worked
Ray
on the
Bans.
Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Mhm.
those
I
are
have
actually pretty
seen it.
impressive, doing exactly what we can predict glasses might actually be able to provide in the future. If they
true.
work on that, they'll be able to take over this mobile landscape.
I've had the same
Why
mindset.
look at your phone when you could just like move your
Yeah,
finger and you have TikTok in front of you?
I've
I
had
think
this
it's
mindset
really gonna
before.
depend on how they can make that fit in because I really don't think like a lot of people wear glasses like prescription glasses. They need, some sort of prescription. I don't
Oh,
really know this is going if it's going to really fit in that well because I I promise you you are not going to be able to fit a prescription in a set of glasses as well as having high tech technology. That's just not how it's gonna work. I don't think.
I would like to
You need
make
to have like
a
contacts or something.
Yeah, I would like to make a quick aside because I sent that picture of what the person looks like wearing the Apple Vision Pro into the
Oh
chat,
yeah, and
and then our friend Elifu responded, "Man, what my drunk ass looks like walking into aquarium."
I, I was laughing at that. It's so
It's
funny
so
because the
good.
guy with the goggles, it's like it shows like a bunch of blue in front of him,
Yeah, yeah,
so it just looks like his eyes are like blue or his whole face is blue.
yeah. It's definitely something, but I agree with you. It is interesting to see where the technology is going. I for a long time I was about to drop the phone entirely and go to nothing but a watch. And the only thing that stopped me from going to the watch instead of a phone was the fact that I couldn't use Discord on the watch.
Yep.
Because I'm like, I don't need to be watching YouTube videos and stuff while I'm out. What benefit do
I
I
need
really
to.
have? And I was like,
Really.
I mean, now I use my phone as my GPS in my car because my car's not that advanced. But I would have absolutely just switched to using a watch back then.
Yeah, just mark my words. There's a lot of areas that need to be worked out for it to happen. And of course, a lot of funding from big tech to make it happen. But if AR glasses continue to be worked on the way that they're being worked on, I foresee that taking over the phone industry.
Yeah,
It's the only thing
It
that
might.
can. It's
for
the
now,
only
yeah.
idea that can
I don't know, man.
until we
I
get like
always need
actual
access to.
implants.
I always need access to Family Guy top 10 funny moments episode 432. So I think I'm always gonna have my phone on me.
Yeah. One more thing I did want to mention about that Galaxy XR. They had a huge focus on the AI integration and how you can use Gemini with it. Keep in mind that feature you have to pay for separately from the headset. So
Of
you
course you
spend
do.
you spend the $1,800 and for 1 year you get it for free. And then after that you have to spend $20 a month to be able to use the AI features in the headset.
And that's not even
Hmm.
accounting for inflation.
Yeah. Who knows how much
Yeah.
the price will be after a year?
I I can kind of
That's the price
understand
now.
why it's at $20. The thing is, it really depends on how much you use the AI in that. If you use the AI for like 1 to 2 questions a day, for a full month, you are spending about $2-3. But if you are using it very often, like I've spoken to, Gemini 2.5 Pro for about 3 or 4 hours. I've sent about maybe 60,000 tokens, back and
Dang.
forth over the course of a couple hours, and it costed me around like $7.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing that, every day for a month, then you're gonna clear that out, that
That
$20.
yeah.
So it'd be worth it. It really depends on how often you're gonna use it. Because if you're not gonna use that AI very often, you are getting scammed for the amount of
Money that you're
tokens
spending,
you're putting. Yeah, money that you're really spending for those tokens.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that $20 covers everything, or if that's like infinite usage, or if that's only up to certain amounts, like they did back in the day with like cell phone data. So I'd have to do more research into that, but that is interesting to know that you would still have to spend more money on top of the $2,000 you put into your headset to be able to use the
Give me
features
money.
that they showed off for the headset.
Yeah, give me money.
That's
You're gonna
like
need to pay some money to breathe
that's
pretty
like
soon,
buying a
brother.
car
If
with
you keep
heated
buying
seats, and
Samsung
then
stuff.
after 2 years they go, by the way, you got to spend $20 a month to have your seats heated. Like, huh?
Ooh, oh, that's topical, bro. That's also what's happening with what is it? There's a car company that's
There's a car
making it
company
so
that did
your
that.
horsepower is lower unless you pay a subscription service.
Yeah, I do remember that. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe
Me
someone in the
neither.
chat might know, but I do not. But it just
Anyways, we've
popped
been on
back in
that
my
topic for a
head.
while.
Yeah. So now this AI bubble has been going for a while, and it's having some troubles, and it's having some bonuses and some ups and downs. One of the biggest companies in the AI bubble, Meta, just lost $220 billion in stock.
100% deserved.
Either of you know why that happened?
Yes.
Well, I read the article, so I know why.
I read the article as well.
But
And
definitely deserved. I do not like Meta.
Oh man.
So essentially what we have is Meta dumping their stock or their money, all their funding into AI production expectedly. And
Yeah, as all
unfortunately,
companies
this
are
has
now.
led to a nosedive in their their holdings. So Meta has lost a good amount of value, and I'm sure they'll figure out something to appease their investors. But
You
it's
get
never
out.
a good
You get
sign to
out.
see them.
You company close. I'll tell you how they're
Exactly.
gonna do it.
But when you say a big number like that, it's always pretty like whoa. But ultimately, it's only 13.5% of where they were at. So it's not
Yeah.
a super huge hit to the Meta franchise, but it definitely is a big number. And I don't think anybody around here has that kind of dough sitting
220
around.
billion? Yeah, man, I've got it underneath my floorboards, brother.
Oh yeah, well, spot me about a couple million then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just
No,
when you sell a bit of
I
crystal,
was
brother, you
also
can put it
saying that
anywhere.
the big thing that happened is when they had their quarterly review showed a huge tax charge on their, I think it was like something, a few million or something like that. It was like $2 or $3 billion. I had to look back at the article for sure, but that was how much they had in taxes. And as soon as the investors saw that, they were like, "Oh, I'm out," and dropped a lot of the money. So that's why they had lost that hundreds of billions of dollars. But it's crazy. I definitely think they deserve some of that loss for the kinds of things that they do with data stealing and stuff.
I
But
100% agree. I
I
think
agree
they
too.
won't finally turn themselves around until that goes about 50% higher. And they've been losing money for a good long while too.
yeah,
Like for several years now, they've been going down and down and down and down
like
in
I said, I'm
market share.
so glad that they are pioneering the VR industry, because there's not enough people pushing for better technology for this industry that we love. I just wish it was someone else, because their
Yeah,
company is
and
doing it so well.
this is where I want to kind of be the voice of reason. As much as we want to beat up Meta for all the ill practices they do and the privacy issues and the
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, we could go on for quite a while on a
We
topic
could
like
go
that.
on,
But
yes.
fact of the matter is, right now, like we could ask for. I mean, we could ask for better, but we couldn't ask for a better. I guess you could say corporation leading the charge in the help me with my words here.
The
They
development
certainly
of the
don't
VR
give up on
technology.
Innovations.
how
Yeah,
people
innovations.
saying no. So they will keep innovating and keep going no matter how many people say no. That's good and bad.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because, we can't
New
just stagnate.
technologies. Yeah.
While we're
'Cause I've
not working on AI, China's going to work on AI, Russia's going to work on it. Everyone's working on AI. We need to have, innovators working on AI here too.
I will say that VR was becoming stagnant in innovation until Meta picked up the torch and said, "Let's go." And then
Yeah.
we got the Quest 2. Then we got the Quest 3. The Quest 3 is packed with a bunch of things that I wish were in other headsets, but that's what Meta is doing for our community. Whether
Oh
you like
yeah.
Meta or not, they are responsible for a lot of the great things that we're seeing, to include VRChat. If it wasn't for Meta funding VRChat or buying into their stock the way that they have, we won't be seeing VRChat grow the way it's grown over the past few years.
No, you're absolutely
So
right. And I'm agreeing
credit
with
where
you.
credit's
And
due.
they are a company that is very hated, but they're doing a lot of good, along with their a lot of bads. So you got to take what you get and throw away the rest.
Can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Now another cool thing that just recently got dropped. I don't know if it's released yet. But Thief, which is a series that I haven't seen in a very, very long time, actually got a VR version coming out. I think it was
I think 2014 was its last one.
2014 was last. Dang, that was a while ago.
I believe it was 2014.
Oh, okay.
At
So
least I
this new
remember
one's
playing
coming
it
in
a very long time
December.
ago.
I can actually speak to Thief a little bit here. So they are releasing it this early December. I don't want to give an exact date because I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, they just said December. They didn't say a specific time.
But for those of you who don't know what Thief is, I didn't until today. It's essentially a game that brings players to a city where danger lurks around every corner and secrets are hidden in plain sight. But you have to uncover a hidden secret, and there's an artifact that holds a legacy from the past, and you have to use your tools and trust your instincts and kind of figure out what exactly is going on. And apparently, it's a very praised title for a lot of people. Maybe Controser. I'm sure you'll talk a little bit about it.
Yeah,
I
it's a
have
series
played
that
it too. I don't know if Contra's played
I
it.
have not actually. It was definitely on my
Okay, well,
list for a while, and then I just got
yeah.
caught with so many other things. But
Oh
I
wait,
played it when it released all the way back then. It
yeah,
I
Elifu
got
saying he loves
pretty
it.
big into it, but it
he might
just
be able to
wasn't
speak on it.
fun.
Yeah, should we bring Elifu in here real quick so we can talk about Thief and what the game's like?
Oh yeah, Elifu, have you played The Thief
Let's
enough to
invite him
talk
in.
about it?
Tell us a little bit about Thief and what to expect in VR.
Okay, and invite the man in.
He's in.
I'm at a train station right now, so this isn't the perfect time, but I love Thief.
Just
I've
tell us about thieving
played-
and stealing.
Yeah, I
In the
love
train station.
pilfering, I love stealing, I love taking things that do not belong to me. No, but I've played. I think I played every Thief game. Right? There's only 3.
Tell us
Then
about
there's
what to
the one
expect.
from
Yeah, what do we expect?
2013, and then there's VR. So obviously you're gonna sneak around a lot. That's a given. The main thing about Thief is that the main character in the Thief games you play, Garrett. I'm guessing you're not playing him in the VR game.
Yeah, this one says you're playing as
he-
Magpie.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Did you say Magpie? Holy
yeah.
signal was mentioned.
Yeah, I don't know first name. The thing about the Thief games is you might have a sword, but you're not a fighter, right? You shouldn't kill anything. In the original Thief games, you could only kill, at least on harder difficulties, you could only kill monsters, which the supernatural aspect is a bit in there.
There's
In
ghosts.
Thief 2, they also introduced a lot of kind of like steampunk things, so kind of like how Dishonored went
I was
about
literally
it.
just about to say, you're just explaining Dishonored to me.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the setting, the vibe. So it's probably gonna be like you said about some kind of artifact. That's
Are
what
you
these
planning
games
on
are
getting
about.
this new Thief game? Are you planning on getting this new Thief
Hey,
game?
I don't know yet. I'm still on it.
Well, I just looked.
For one, it's a new Thief game, and I'm excited for it. But on the other hand,
You're saying they have a
I
good
was
track record, though, right? So you
yeah, they have a
recommend?
good track record until 2013. That's kind of like Thief 4, which imagine the first three games were kind of like open world. You get like information told to you from NPCs. They might draw something on like a napkin or something, right? Or something that's like in the world.
Oh, okay.
Right, and 2013 basically threw that all overboard. It's kind of like not an open level. It's because the originals gave you like multiple levels, right, that are like one open map, and then you complete it, you go to the next one, etc. And the 2013 kind of has like a hub world that's connected by basically tunnels with loading screens, or like
Okay.
hidden loading screens, right? They do the 2013 thing where they
4 hour
have to
elevator
Go through
ride.
like a skinny tunnel or.
yeah, you have to shimmy up like a window or like push a
Oh.
like wooden log away or something,
I
right?
mean, smart.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah. Uh, it's not when you see it for the 100th time.
But in
And
VR,
basically basically in the hub world, you go through different missions, which are then also pretty linear. It's not a bad game. It's just a bad Thief game.
It's a
What
bad
I would
Thief.
describe
That's
Thief.
fair. Yeah.
That's why I didn't like that Thief very much, because my introduction to Thief was that game. So I played it and I
Yeah.
got bored about 60% of the way through, and I just stopped because it just wasn't fun.
It's so sorry if my voice in the background. It's
No,
really
that's
crazy.
okay.
I mean,
It's
it
perfect.
makes sense. We appreciate you giving us your insights on it. Because
Yeah,
as someone who didn't play it very
whatever you
much, it's good to have like that active
yeah.
personality. Oh, your audio is starting to cut
you're
out real
going out,
bad.
Elvo. I think we have to put him back in the audience.
All right.
Thank you so much,
All right.
Elifu.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us. If you want to come hang with Elifu and not hear him as if he's hiding on a train going through a tunnel, he's actually a really great friend of ours and hangs out with us a lot in our events, so you can come meet him there.
Yeah.
Great German man.
He's my favorite guy friend.
There's plenty of Elefood to go around in discord.gg/TVR.
Or in our VRChat group, TVR.2006. Now, I did look into
He also
TVR
responds.
more. Oh, go ahead. He also responds?
I was going to say he also responds to Mr. Hot Dog Man.
True, he is a big hot dog enjoyer.
Yes. And a bunny enjoyer.
Yes. Now, the interesting thing about that Thief VR, it's called Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. I just looked into it a bit deeper than I did when we first started up this podcast. It actually does have a release date. It's coming out December 4th, and it's releasing both for Oculus, that's the name I haven't heard in a while, for the Meta Quest, as well as Steam VR. So it's coming out on Steam the same time. It's going to be about $30. Right now it's on sale for $27, but if you want to buy a game before it's out, I'm never going to be someone who says to do that. But yeah, that's very interesting.
That's cool. I look forward to the reviews.
Yeah. As we talk about games, how about we talk about some games we recommend I'll do a little backwards. Usually we do worlds in VRChat first, but let's talk about games.
Okay, well, I can go first if you'd like.
Sure.
I've got a pretty fun game that I played a good bit ago, but I'm actually gonna play through again. So this game is called Blood Typers. Now, if you've played Typing of the Dead, it's real similar to
I
that.
was about
However,
to
it's
say
not
it
on
sounds
Rails.
very similar, yeah.
Yeah, it's not on Rails. So basically,
Okay.
in Blood Typers, you are a part of a group or by yourself. Not recommended, by the way. You will get toasted.
Good to know.
But you start as a group of people who are investigating. You're journalists, so you're investigating this guy, and so you go through these movie old 90s movie type scenarios where one's like a haunt like a house of the dead. The next one is like a nightclub, stuff like that. But the thing is, it's just like Typing in the Dead in the fact that you type everything, and that's for movement too. So if you want to walk forward, you have to type a a letter. So all around the floor, there's going to be a bunch of small words do, ace, fart, stuff like that. So you type those and you walk everywhere. So you have to type pretty much all the time.
Crazy.
And for enemies, it's the same thing. So every enemy that comes into play, you have to type, words just like Typing of the Dead. And it's real fun. Very recommended with a friend. This is very fun with friends. But they have been updating the game as well. So recently, on October 24th, they actually made an update for it where they, made a couple more levels, stuff like that. But it is very enjoyable if you are a hyper type of person. And even if you aren't very good at typing, you can play it anyways. There's several difficulty modes for people of all varying skills of typing. But really fun with friends overall.
Okay.
Wow.
What about you, Zyku? That does sound like an interesting game. I used to play those old typing games like Type Shark or whatever it was.
Type Shark? I do not know that one.
Oh, it was an old.
This was like
It was an old
introduction to,
Flash
typing
game.
games.
Yeah, it was an old Flash game where you had sharks that would slowly swim down towards you, and you had to type the names on the shark or the words on the
Oh
shark,
my
and
gosh,
then kill
Flash
them.
mentioned.
All right.
Anyways.
Sorry about that.
So I've been playing a game that came out around the 15th of October. It's called Necessity or Necessity. It's very Necess. I don't. It's spelled Necesse. Very weird pronunciation. I don't know if it's Necessity or Neck Se, but I keep hearing different pronunciations, so I don't know what it's called. It's a really good game if you see it, but essentially it's a blend of Core Keeper. If you ever played it, it's a game where it's kind of like top down at an angle, like not quite asymmetric, but top down at an angle. And you run around like you would in Terraria, and you have, I guess, like an overworld. You can collect resources, trees. It's a survival game, so you're collecting trees, you're collecting stone, you're making your tools. You have to make workbenches to get better tools. There's bosses. There's different tiers of weapons and tools that you can get to pretty much progress in the game. And then there's so many different type of bosses and enemies that you can fight. And what really makes me like it, and it's mainly because it's kind of a different take on like what Terraria is the villager system. So you can essentially create a settlement or a colony on this game, and you can put a flag down and be like, this is my chunk of land, and you have to build all of your different housing for the different people that you recruit into your settlement or your colony, so that way they have somewhere to live. But then you can automate all of the tasks that you would do yourself with like 20-30 different colony members, and they will run and to a farm field, completely aggregate the farm, plant the seeds, harvest the crops, store them sorted in chests. They will cook food. They will make potions. They will craft, or they will smelt your ore that you just got done from a mining run. And
That's
it's
nice.
a really interesting way There's an economy system, so you get coins. You can trade with different types of NPCs. It's a very, very interesting game. And if you love Terraria and you played Core Keeper and you kind of like it, but didn't feel like it was enough, this game Necessity or Necess is a very, very good game for you.
Okay.
That is incredible. You have described literally everything I love doing. I also checked. I bought this in June of 2022, and I'm like, maybe I'll wait till this gets better. But knowing now that it's like 1.0 as of October 16th, brother, I am playing through this shiz with a friend. That sounds so fun. Building your own village and stuff for
You know
people.
what? Maybe
I am so
I'll
ready
have
for
to
that.
get it myself and we can all play together. Just do a little podcast.
Yeah.
You guys
playthrough.
will love it.
This sounds fun as frick, bro. I love building games, and I also love survival games.
Yeah.
I when I first got it, I played for 13 hours straight. It is one of those time dilation games, so beware.
Good to know. Those can be very dangerous. Speaking of time
Mhm.
dilation games, I am one of those weird people who really enjoy clicker games, like Cookie Clicker and stuff like that. One of these games that I found that's it's a blend of clicker games as well as factory building games. Kind of like Satisfactory, and it's called 64. You can find it on Steam.
6-7.
It actually not 6-7, 6-4. 64. It released last year and it's been getting a ton of updates since then. But basically, you start in this absolutely white void, and then you start by building this little mining facility, and it starts drilling down and pulling up resources, and slowly you can like add on to it to give it extra boosts and to make it mine faster, and specific blocks it breaks quicker. And what it does is it mines up these blocks, and then you click the blocks to break them. And then eventually you get stuff that auto clicks on the blocks to break them, and then you can just start building out and building out, and then all of a sudden you get access to a void realm, and then it's really interesting. I played that for a
Dang.
while.
That sounds interesting. Did you say that was on Steam?
Yeah, it's
What
on
is that?
Steam. It's called 64. It's $6.
Oh, okay. I might actually peep at this. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
It's mostly positive.
oh yeah, it's really good. It
Is it actually fun?
so
Is it
good.
really fun though? Can
Oh,
you
I've had a ton of fun playing it. I probably put 45 and a half hours into the game, and I didn't
Okay,
unlock
45.
everything.
That's okay, that's a freaking lot.
Yeah,
Maybe I should try it out then.
and if you get good enough in it, you can just build up fast enough and then just leave your computer running and have it like mining in the background and come back and be like, shit, I got so many resources. I'm gonna do all these upgrades.
Added to my wish list, brother. That sounds fun as heck.
Yeah, I love that
Have you
game.
played Factorio actually then?
I have not. It's one of the few games I haven't gotten
Hmm.
into. It's definitely one that people have told me I should try though.
Yep,
Alright.
that's a cool looking game though.
Yeah. Going into some world recommendations, now this is for VRChat people. So if you are VR only, I'm sorry, but you should definitely play VRChat. I'm sure most people who have played VR have done VRChat because it's free. A world I
Me, I've never
recommend,
played it.
sadly, I believe is PC only. I might be incorrect, but it's called the Museum of VR Painting. And it takes the art that this one specific VR painter did, and it's all stuff that they brushed in VR, and it like lets you walk around and in the art. And that's one of the coolest things. For example, I'll only spoil one bit because you really got to experience it yourself, but there's this painting that you see on the wall, and it's this hummingbird and this tree in the backdrop. And if you click on the painting, it makes you go into the painting and you can walk around through the painting and experience it all around you. Absolutely breathtaking because you getting real close and seeing the different types of brushstrokes that they use to make the different parts of the model of the 3D shapes is really, really cool. Yeah, I took Toadily VR there once and everyone had a great time.
Yeah, I remember.
What's it called?
did look pretty.
The Museum of VR Painting. It is gorgeous. And that last piece of art had so much color to it. What about you, Flat? What's a world you recommend?
Well, this world we actually played on Halloween. It's called Madness Manor. It was one I just found. I was just looking through the Spookality worlds,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I saw this one, and it looked pretty okay. So we loaded into it. Unfortunately, when we played it, it was kind of bugged, so only 4 of us could really load in. But it's a game where you spawn into a big house, with your friends, and you just explore the house. And so it's randomly generated. There's a couple rooms that are, it has, so you'll open a door and it'll generate one of those rooms. And so you'll keep exploring the house, finding stuff like there's med kits, there's, weapons on the floor, until enough rooms have been explored, and then it will like generate like a problem or like some sort of like bad thing. One is where one player gets access to the butcher's like cleaver, so they have to kill the other players. And then one is like the undead rising up, so you have to use weapons to like kill all of the undead. It
Oh,
was actually pretty okay. It's just unfortunate that I think at the time when we went there, it was bugged, so only 4 of us could really get in. But
man.
really fun game
That
for sure.
sounds very much like Betrayal at House on the Hill, which is a board game
Yeah,
about
oh yeah,
building out a
it does
house.
actually. When I am thinking about it now, that is literally just like Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Also a fantastic board game. Not a place to do board game recommendations, but if you are looking for one, highly recommend that one.
It's
But
very fun.
to
Very,
do
very
that in
fun.
VR sounds like a very fun time.
Mm-hmm.
What about you,
So my
Zycu?
world.
Yep, Zycu, all you.
My world is a more relaxed world compared to y'all's. Granted, I think museum is always pretty relaxing. However, there's a little bit more of a attention you need there. Whereas the world I want to recommend is called Shoegaze Night, and this world is one of
Interesting.
those worlds that you want to go to lay down or sit back and relax to some ambience. This is a studio, rainy vibe apartment full of greenery, good vibes. There's like a red light, so it's very calm feeling. And there's a bed right next to. It's a very tight apartment, so like if you live there, you'll probably be a little bit kind of claustrophobic. But for a VR world, it's very cozy appearance. And there's a bed right next to an open window, and it's raining outside, and you can even hear cars go by along with the rain sometimes.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
every so often you might hear a very very distant faint bark from like a dog, that dang neighbor with their dogs. Anyways,
How dare they?
there's always
Neighbor is real.
there's always a very calm aesthetic. This is a world that I like to go to
You get to hear the sirens of
to
the
go to
police going
sleep.
by, because if not, that's not a real city.
It might. I think it actually might have like distant sirens every so often too. I don't
That's cool.
really remember too much
Also needs
because
train
usually when I go to
noises.
this world,
You
I
pass
pass
out.
out.
Yeah, that's fair. You
There's
are
also
one
a
of the few of
fan.
us that actually sleep in VR.
Yeah.
There's a
I
fan
used
in
to
this
be
world
able
too
to.
that if you sit next to this fan, like you can actually like hear that white noise from the
That
fan.
humming,
It's
yeah.
it's such a comfy world. Again, it's called Shoegaze Night. It is a PC only world. Sorry, Questies. But highly recommend you go there if you want to relax and just have some really quiet, relaxing vibe going on.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
and there
heckin' comfy.
and there's a little video player and a little tube TV there that you can put stuff on. So
Thank goodness for my Family Guy funny moments.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate all of those recommendations. I'm sure people who are listening in are going to have a great time exploring all those different things, especially the games. Lots of good ones this time around.
Heck yeah, man. I'm totally gonna play Nessus, man. That sounds great since they
Yeah.
updated. I've just been waiting for them to update it too since 2020. I think I said 3 or 2 that I
2022,
bought
yeah.
in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's definitely worth it.
I would like to thank everyone who's listening in on the podcast, both those of you who are here live, as well as those who are listening to us on the streams or on YouTube, whether that be Spotify or Google Podcast, which I think is YouTube now. I think they moved it over to YouTube. And then all the other beautiful podcast platforms. Thank you all for listening. We're glad to have you. we'll be back in 2 weeks on Sunday. And yeah, it's just been a great time. If you want to come hang with us, like we say, we do multiple events a week. You can just come join us on our Discord at discord.gg/TVR, or you can join our VRChat community at tvr.2006. The plug.
Heck yeah.
It's been a pleasure having you all with us. Thank you very much, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Have a good one now. Bye bye.